and welcome again to the business of sustainability, where we talk about corporate social responsibility and environmental sustainability in business. I'm Chuck Otto. Today my guest is Lindsey Elton, and she is an energy auditor for Eco Achievers in Chicago. Lindsey, tell us a little bit about this. First of all, what is Eco Achievers?
Eco Achievers, we are a company that works with the residential and commercial businesses to help them build high-performance green projects. What we do is we provide the testing services, certification services, educational consulting, the full line of it.
Mm-hmm. And what does your particular job entail, since you're a building energy auditor?
Mm-hmm. As an auditor, I will, for existing buildings, I'll come in and do air leakage testing. I'll test mechanicals. When we work with other companies, architects or developers, I will do modeling services for them. So I basically take all of the different facets of a building, from your insulation to your walls, fenestration, your windows, roof, all of that, and put it into the software, and then it will project and tell you how efficient the building is going to be.
Well, I have to ask, how did you get involved with this particular line of work?
That's interesting. I was kind of looking for some direction on where to go career-wise, and I actually went to Green Festival and became very inspired and realized that that's what I wanted to do. So through that, I went to the Department of Environment and looked for a way to get involved, and they had the Chicago Green Homes program, and so I submitted my resume and was chosen to be a part of that, and the rest is now the present.
Mm-hmm. That brings us up to the moment, sure. Yeah. So if I didn't say it previously more specifically, you are a home energy auditor, mm-hmm. but again, a lot of what you do could apply to a commercial business as well, because you're concerned about energy efficiency, good insulation, et cetera, et cetera. So what does a typical day look like for you when you go and do an audit?
The typical audit, if I were to go into a home, for instance, is to first, beforehand, talk to the homeowners on what their issues are. Typically, it's a comfort problem. So
a draft or just some discomfort in one area of the house?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Once we're there, kind of further that discussion, have them show me where exactly that's going to be. Mm-hmm. Take a look around the house on the exterior, look on the interior, just visually to make sure that, if there's anything that stands out in my mind of an issue that maybe they don't know about, or that could be contributing to their problems, I'll be able to tell that. And then typically what I run is what's called a blower door test, and that's essentially a large fan that you put in an exterior door. You shut all of the exterior doors and windows, you open the interior, and you create one big conditioned space. Mm-hmm. And then you turn the fan on, set it up, turn it on, and it pulls the air out. So it's depressurizing, and then you go around with either a smoke stick so that you can tell
drafts.
Yep. Yeah. I've got a thermal imaging gun, so I can see temperature differences.
You got all the toys.
Yeah,
you got it happening.
It's a great little thing. Yeah. So and so then we're able to see how the home is performing. There are certain formulas and terminologies that we use, but air changes per hour. So. So just kind of go around and afterwards follow up with the homeowner on what we found, and a summary of suggestions on how they can remedy it.
Mm-hmm. Which usually involves some retrofitting or improved insulation, things like that, sealing up cracks or any places, any drafty areas, things like that. How long does it take you to do an audit?
It depends on how big the home is, mm-hmm. and what the issues are. But I would say I like to be a little bit more thorough with things and make sure that the homeowner knows everything that's going on. So I would give it about 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So
now again, as we mentioned, we're talking a little bit more about homes here, but a lot of what you're discussing, particularly in cities like Chicago, would apply to small businesses as well, to commercial spaces where, again, drafts and inefficient lighting and whatnot might apply. Why wouldn't it be better to just go ahead and build new?
So one of the
Why not just tear it all down and start over?
One of the philosophies that I've come to live by and have learned is that the greenest home, the greenest building is the one that's already there. So all of the work and energy that it took to create that structure, by tearing it down and building something that's new and green or high performing, you're wasting that. So you're kind of you're negating the philosophy that you went in, to build it by. So so we always try to make sure that we're using an existing structure first. You mentioned an urban setting where the water and the utilities, all of that is in place. You've got some of the services so that you're not creating new lines.
You're not going out and building in a suburban office park, for instance.
Right.
A new suburban office park. And I'm assuming you agree too that being within an urban area, close to mass transit, things like that, there are other ways that are also much more energy efficient. And
there's the whole social aspect, economic aspect. The triple bottom line of people, planet, profit.
Sure, the triple bottom line.
To take a look at how really when we're working with homes. We're trying to answer all of that, and we're looking at our material usage, energy efficiency, the sustainability of the site, and just homeowner awareness. I think that's a big key part of it, whether it be a home or a building. You can put in all these different features with mechanicals and automated systems, but if it's not run correctly, it's not going to run correctly.
Exactly.
So,
you're going to see it in the inefficiency and other problems. Sure.
Right.
Well, how can folks find out more about your organization and how an energy audit works and what they might do to advance that area themselves? How they
sure.
Might
so
bring in an auditor?
Our company is called the Eco Achievers, and we can be found at ecoachievers.com. We can also be found on Facebook or LinkedIn. And other social media websites. So
wonderful, Lindsey, Elton, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it,
pleasure.
and thank you for watching.